Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, July 3rd. It is the feast of St. Thomas the Apostle. So, Doubting Thomas, we honor today. I always feel a little bit sorry for him for getting that name, but that's probably the most famous story about him in the Gospels. The incident that he had after the resurrection, it was the Gospel for this morning's Mass, where Jesus appears to all the 12 are gathered except for Thomas in the upper room on the night of the resurrection on Easter Sunday night. And so a week later, St. Thomas is there, and Jesus gives him the famous invitation to come and to place his finger in the nail holes and his hand in the side, and to stop unbelieving but believe. And Thomas has that great profession of faith after that, my Lord and my God. So Pope St. Gregory the Great has a nice reflection on kind of this incident where he talks about, it's no accident that Thomas was the one who wasn't there, that he stands in for all of us for when we have doubts in our faith, and that the Lord treats us with mercy too, and invites us to come and see that the wounds of his crucifixion take away any wounds of doubt that we might have. And then, too, that we're encouraged by the words at the end, too, that when Jesus tells Thomas that blessed is he because he believes because he has seen, that blessed are those who have not seen and still believe. And so that is a great encouragement and confidence booster for us. And then as Pope St. Gregory the Great encourages us to go out and live. He says that's what that belief then translates into, is a life lived in service to the gospel. So great words from St. Gregory the Great. That's why he has the Great at the end of his name, because of all the wonderful things he's done. But we do want to remember St. Thomas and want to ask for his intercession. Tradition holds that he took the gospel to India and was martyred there. So that's so we have that kind of tradition. The Gospels don't talk too much about him. He does have a couple other times that he speaks during the Gospel, but none as famous as those post-resurrection, his doubts of the Lord's resurrection and then his coming to faith when he sees the Lord. So also, too, today's kind of the day that I know in our country we're observing Independence Day, since it falls on Saturday, but so hopefully everybody has a wonderful time to celebrate our country and all the blessings that we have here. And this might be a special time to say a prayer for our country too. I think of it in terms of, is it from the Pledge of Allegiance, that we want one country under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I think, we're seeing that we're striving for that, and we're still an imperfect union, but we're striving to build a perfect union. And so we want to ask Almighty God to help us to do that, to provide liberty and justice for all, and for all in every stage of life, from the very moment of conception till the moment of death. And so we want to strive to live up to the promises or to the goals that this country has set. So it'll be probably a little bit different this year because we don't have all the different celebrations and things like that, fireworks, but perhaps you're gathering with close family or cooking out or something like that. So hopefully everybody will stay safe and cool, because we are looking at some very warm days coming up. And just a reminder, too, that our weekend schedule, is our normal weekend schedule. So we do have Mass on Saturday evening at 4:30 p.m. at St. John the Baptist. And then on Sunday, we have an 8:45 a.m. Mass at St. Michael's, and then 10:30 Mass at St. John's. So happy 4th of July weekend to everyone. Happy Feast of St. Thomas the Apostle. Ask him to pray for us, and pray that everyone stays safe and healthy, and that God may bless you abundantly this day. Have a great day, everybody.